Hello everyone, my name is Silverweed and today we are going to look at something very interesting. We got more information concerning the third installment in the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. Recently this movie got a title and an official release date. So the movie is titled How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, and the supposed release date currently is the 1st of March 2019. So this title could hint at the fact that our dragon riders are going to find a new area that has never been seen before. To me this seems kind of similar to the second movie. In theory, the second movie could have been called How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World as well, because Hiccup basically discovers an entire hidden environment full of dragons. This could lead to some concern whether the third movie will continue in the same path as the second movie and the stories will be rather similar. However, knowing Dreamworks, I do believe that they know what they're doing, and I am not in doubt that this third movie is going to be something unique and very special. But let's just get into the matter at hand. We have gotten new official posters for each character, or at least a few of the characters, not everyone. These were published at the Licensing Expo in Las Vegas. So first off, let's take a look at the main event, which is of course Hiccup and Toothless. Toothless looks pretty much the same. He is maybe a little bit older, he might have a slightly different saddle, it's hard to tell just from this picture, but he is recognizable and he's the loving Night Fury that we all remember, which is a nice thing because it's kind of limited how much more Toothless can evolve. He already got extra flaps on his cheeks and chin, and that's pretty much where you can go with him without altering him too much. They already nailed the design of the Night Fury, so why change it at all? Hiccup does also look the same, we can definitely recognize him. He does look considerably older. As far as I understand, the characters are supposed to be in their 20s now, mid-20s, late 20s possibly. So we're possibly looking at a Hiccup that is 25 years old in this picture. He's got a new armor on, and he's pretty much standing on Toothless, which could suggest that Volker has been giving him some practice in actually riding your dragon while pretty much standing on it. So his armor is very unique and kind of concerning because it does indeed look like he's wearing dragon scales. So this is concerning because he is riding a dragon and it looks like he is wearing his dragon. He's pretty much wearing Toothless skin all over his body, and this is really alarming to me. However, I do hope that this is some sort of collaboration between dragon and rider, possibly that the dragon has been molding and Hiccup has used that skin to form an armor. It is still slightly disturbing to me, but that would make sense to make a really strong armor that can resist fire and other kind of projectiles and damage in general, which is a smart idea, but it's still a little bit morbid to me. A lot of people predicted that Hiccup would have a beard by now, but he definitely does not in this picture. And I could have gone either way. I wouldn't mind seeing him with a little beard, but it's also nice that he's recognizable, just like we remember him. Next up, let's take a look at Astrid and Stormfly. Once again, Stormfly looks pretty much like we remember her. Her wings does look a little short in this picture, but that could just be the angle. She is looking extremely happy and very kind, just like we remember Stormfly. And Astrid also looks more or less the same. This outfit is very similar to the one she wears in How to Train Your Dragon 2, and actually also the first movie. She got a little bit more fur on her, I do believe, but overall she pretty much looks the same. And that also suggests that there cannot pass that many years between the second and the third movie. So they're not gonna be fully grown, they're still gonna be in their young adult stage. Astrid also has this picture, which is different from the big one we just looked at, and this also shows Astrid wearing dragon scale armor, or at least some that really looks like it, and this one looks like Stormfly's skin, which once again suggests that possibly they're taking the molted skin of their dragons and turning it into armor, so that they all fit with their dragons because they're wearing their skin. I still find it weird. But I suppose I could forgive it more if it is indeed some sort of thing like that. If they actually go out and harvest skin from their dragons, I'm not sure I could get by that idea, but I'm pretty sure that Dreamworks would not let that happen, since they are dragon riders and they want to protect their dragons no matter what. So I'm pretty sure there's some sort of larger explanation for all this. Now let's take a look at Snotlout and Hook Fang, and let's just take a moment to appreciate the fact that when I did an image search for Snotlout's picture. Google made a very rude suggestion. But let's just take a look at him, and let's be honest, he does look rather special. He pretty much looks the same. I think what really makes the difference is the fact that he's not wearing his helmet. The helmet did really help his overall head shape. Now it's really obvious that he has a ginormous chin and a really wide face, which could make him look a little bit like a primate. Not judging, not blaming anything, that's just a fact. He looks smug as ever, and I still like him even though he has a little disturbing look on his face. And he is also wearing a really obvious dragon scale armor on him, and Hook Fang is right next to him, just there smiling and like chilling out, like, yeah, he borrowed some of my skin, it's no problem. Still a little bit disturbing to me. I'm not gonna get over that just yet, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be an explanation. That chin just reminds me of Thanos now when I'm looking at it. Damn, Snotlout, you have grown, and puberty did not do you well. So Hook Fang pretty much looks the same, or recognizable. Monster's Nightmare. He looks really kind here, which is rare for Hook Fang. He's normally grumpy and rude, but he looks really friendly and kind here, so that's nice to see. We also have pictures of the twins. This one is a little more misshapen because of the angle, but it was the only clear picture I could find from the expo. And we can see them all right. They pretty much look the same. Rufflet is wearing her hair to one side, which actually looks surprisingly good. I can definitely get behind that. Once again, we have this disturbing armor, and this time it is Sibbleback armor, or this is the same color as Sibbleback armor. And we have Barf and Bells with their big heads here, smiling, looking all cheerful. They look really great. Their texture is amazing, and the colors are really vibrant on these pictures, so that definitely works out. It's kind of hard to see because he is printed on a door, it appears, but it looks like he's wearing his hair almost like a beard around his neck. He's tied it in on his neck, which is really ridiculous, but then again, that's exactly something he would do because he is the most ridiculous Viking I have ever seen. So that's pretty much in his character. They look very recognizable, and that's always, you know, a good thing because we remember them and that's how they look, and they look ridiculous, but we love them anyway. So some really nice character designs for the twins, in my opinion. And then we have Fishlegs and Meatlock. And Meatlock is very cute and exactly like we remember her, this good old kind grunkle. Fishlegs, on the other hand, looks well, he is the same, but he has a mustache, which is pretty hard to miss. And it's very prominent on his face. I think he is secretly trying to become Gobber, because the style of the mustache is very similar to that which we see on Gobber. He pretty much has the same kind of armor, this furry armor with his satchels and bags all over, all his dragon knowledge he's carrying on him. And his character looks to be pretty much the same as we remember, this kind of goofy, kind of awkward Viking. We have another close-up here of him where he's wearing some very interesting armor, and something more interesting, he is carrying a Grunkle baby. Now this could be a random Grunkle baby, we do not know this yet, but this could also be Meatlock's child. That Meatlock actually, you know, went out of her way to mate and then laid an egg and then it hatched into being this baby. I wouldn't mind doing that because Meatlock always had that kind of maternity instinct. She was a mother, you know, she has that, you know, kind of feeling over her. So I wouldn't mind if she actually got a little child, a little daughter, a little son that Fishlegs is carrying around in what looks like to be some kind of pouch she's built into this Grunkle armor, which looks very impressive and also a little bit disturbing because once again, is this made from Grunkle skin? And I'm still not at ease with that. We also have Toothless out here to the left and next to Hiccup again, and once again we can really see the dragon scale armor on him and it looks exactly like Toothless. It looks like he's wearing Toothless. This is not normal, this is not okay. I am finding it very weird, but I can't wait to figure out what that is. It's really exciting though to learn what that's all about. So that's pretty much all the pictures I have for now, but I do have an extra detail that one of the users on the School of Dragons forum actually were kind enough to post. I will give credit to every single publisher of these images in the description, and this one is supposedly a reveal of the soundtrack from the new movie, and the titles does give a lot of the plot away when you take a look at it. We have the more prominent things such as Adieu Snotloud, which could suggest that Snotloud actually dies in this movie. There has been some rumors going around about that. It's not too revealing, but it's definitely a possibility that he's going to die. There is Wrath of the Alphas, which could suggest that Hiccup and Toothless is extremely outraged after losing Snotloud and is, preparing for battle against something or someone. We don't know that yet. There are some really thoughtful titles here in the soundtrack, and there's also one called The Final Flight, which is suggesting that the dragons are gonna go away and that they're gonna have a final flight. My best friend also suggests that just placed right after the final flight that he's gonna lose Toothless, or Toothless is gonna lose Hiccup, something like that. We also have number 17, To the Fallen. There's definitely gonna be some kind of war going on, and we're possibly gonna lose some of the characters. We already lost Stoic, and I thought that was enough, but apparently not. We're gonna see some more characters die in this one, I'm pretty sure, sadly. The final soundtrack, however, is called Dragons Again, which could suggest that the dragons are coming back somehow. Whether it's Hiccup being with Toothless or something else entirely, like generations after them, dragons come back, that's unknown. But there's a very high possibility that Hiccup, Toothless, and all the other dragon riders are going to be separated from the dragons in one way or another. I think this movie is leading up to being one of the more darker ones in the installment. There could be some really heavy war going on. There was sad parts in How to Train Your Dragon 2, but this one seems like it's gonna be even more dark, which I personally don't mind as long as it's executed properly. I'm really excited about this one, way more excited than I was with the second movie, because this one and with the new pictures and everything, and them being older and a potential war going on, and the entire rumor of a hidden world, and potentially there's gonna be another Night Fury. That's all really, really exciting. Now, I do not know if any of this is official. It does look pretty official, it looks sturdy, but we cannot confirm whether this list of soundtrack is actually something real, something leaked. So that's pretty much all we have for now to go by. I want to give a special thanks to Exploranter, one of my friends that made me aware of these pictures. I want to thank Dragon Training from Twitter, as well as a bunch of users on the School of Dragons forum. I will post a link to the thread with all these images, and you can check out all the users that posted them. It's really exciting, I'm really hyped for it, and I want to know what you guys think about all these images. Do you think this list of soundtrack is official? Which one is your favorite character design? Anything you have to say? I really look forward to reading it, because I'm really excited about this, and I hope that you guys are as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and that we could shed some light on what's gonna happen in How to Train Your Dragon 3. Now all that's left for us is just to wait and see what they're gonna publish next, and eventually the movie comes out next year. So I'll see you in the next video, and once again, thank you so much. So long, Dragon Riders!